Hey there, Sunil here with another brand new video, and in this video I'll be going over what you pretty much saw in the title, which is how do you deal with loneliness. Loneliness is something that affects a lot of people nowadays, especially men, right? It's even more prevalent in people that are pursuing greatness, right? Those who are on the journey or in the pursuit for greatness. I hope that makes sense, right? There is also a male loneliness epidemic on the rise, right? According to an article that I'm seeing here by the Western Oregon University, I'm directly quoting what they're saying, right? For one, research conducted in 2021 found that 15% of men claim that they have no close friends, a staggering 12% increase since 1990. A study published by Equimundo, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, in 2023 found that a majority of men, ranging from older millennials to Generation Z, agree with this statement: no one really knows me well. With Generation Z, Gen Z, right, having the highest percentage of agreement among all respondents. In this same publication, a majority of men stated that they only have one or two close friends in their area that they can feel that they can confide in outside of their family. The sad thing is, I'm part of the statistic, man. Fuck. It's a lonely journey, man. Shit. I'm on the same path as you guys as well. If you're feeling loneliness right now, hey, I'm with you, man. I'm feeling the exact same thing. But here's the thing though. When you're on this path, right, it can be incredibly lonely. Because the main reason being is that this is hard. This shit is hard, bro. Right? You have to deal with a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, and you still have to push through all of that despite how lonely you feel or how sad you feel or how much of a pain you feel, whatever, right? You still have to push through, you still have to go through the grind, right? The reason why this is lonely, why this journey is lonely is because, first of all, not a lot of people are willing to do this because this shit is hard, like I mentioned before. So that increases the barrier to entry significantly, right? Because a majority of people, right, a majority of the population out there, they're all risk averse and pain averse, right? Except a few like us who are willing to go through this because we know the rewards that are waiting, that are out there if you do this right, if you push through. The rewards are amazing. The reward is the dream life that you want. The reward is the greatness that we want. And it's turning that potential that we have into reality, living to our fullest potential. That's what's out there for us. And to get that, it involves a long, arduous journey up the mountain. Right? A sad statistic that I'm seeing here is that men times more likely than women to, you know, damn, man. I knew the statistic earlier, but seeing it in the form of actual research and quoted statistics, well, it drives it home. 15% of men claim that they have no close friends. Well, I'm part of that 15%. It's a lonely journey out there. Now, the reason is because, let me know if you're facing a similar situation, right? Another big reason why this loneliness is there is because we are in the phase of what's called as the middle, right? The void. I like to call it the void. VOID. The void is where you can't really talk to people who are not on the same journey as you, and you can't really talk to them because you can't really relate to them. The people that you actually want to interact with are the people who are, that is, the people who have achieved what you want to achieve, and who are living the dream life that you want, right? Those guys, the guys who have achieved success, some form of success at least, well, they are at a higher level than you, right? So they don't want to talk to you. That's the sad part, right? Of course, they may help you out, and good people are out there, but they're not going to really talk to you, or it's going to be very hard to find those people as well, because you're not at the same level as them. It's very hard to get into the same groups as them because of that. And yeah, that all piles up. So yeah, man. Now, how do you deal with this though? I don't want to talk all sad and all here, but yeah, how do you deal with this, and how do you ease the pain? Well, firstly, right, if you're on the path of self-improvement, what you could do is just start joining groups. Right? You can even start joining simple Discord communities, or Facebook groups, or WhatsApp communities, or WhatsApp groups, or things like that. Right? You can start with that, right? And then you can talk to people there, start communicating, start networking, find people that are at the same level as you or slightly higher than you, and are on the same journey of self-improvement as you, right? This means that you guys will have, there's a lot more relatability, right? I hope that makes sense. Once again, there's a lot more relatability there, and with that relatability comes friendship, right? What's that word? Camaraderie? Yeah, camaraderie. However you pronounce it. That comes because you can understand his pain and he can understand your pain, right? Brotherhood. Yes, that's the word that I was looking for. That sense of brotherhood is built because you guys are in the trenches together, right? You guys are climbing out of that dungeon together. So that's how I would recommend you get started, right? Secondly, you need to go to the gym, man. Go to the gym, start talking to people at the gym, right? That's a good way to socialize as well. Number two, you need to get your money up. Only when you can get your money up, only when your money is up, can you actually start investing in yourself. You can start, joining these networks and masterminds and communities where, the top level guys hang out, right? The guys who have achieved what you want, right? The dream life that you want, the business metric that you want, right? For example, they've hit 50K MRR with their business. There are communities and masterminds where all these types of business owners hang out together, they share ideas and things like that. To get into those groups, you need money. You need money, bro. So what you need to do is get your money up first. Get your fitness up, get your money up, right? Stack that paper, right? Build that muscle, stack that paper, and then, shit will start aligning naturally, right? I'm in that phase of grinding it out as well, friend. So I hope that gives you some form of comfort, because I'm going through it with you, and I'm there for you, man. I don't know if those words hold any value to you, but hey, we're going through this together, and I know for sure that we'll win. There's greatness in store for us. The life that we want is in store for us. It's waiting for us. And all we need to do is get out of this fucking dungeon. Just go through this journey, grind through this journey, and we'll be there. That being said, I hope this video gave you some motivation, gave you some insight on how you can deal with this loneliness better, right? The answer is not drugs, the answer is not alcohol or vices like that, which are just going to numb your pain temporarily. It's going to actually make your pain even worse, because alcoholism and drug addiction, that's not the answer to loneliness. It's just a coping mechanism, right? Once the buzz, or whatever you want to call it, right? Once the high goes away, once it fades, man, reality is going to hit you very, very fucking hard. And that's just going to create a negative spiral where you're just spiraling downwards into even further depression and even further loneliness. Because when you're a severe chronic alcoholic and drug addict, not a lot of people will want to talk to you, bro. You're going to ruin the existing very few relationships that you might have with your family, may that be, or may that be with your friends, your very few friends, or whatever. Alcoholism and drugs are not the answer, right? Addictions are not the answer. The answer is actually being willing to face that pain, right? Being willing to go through that pain, face it raw, right? Without any coping mechanisms, and then just slay the dragon, man. Defeat the dragon. Go through this journey, defeat your demons, and come out of this better. right? Come out of this as a better person. I'm doing that right now, and I will update you as I'm becoming a better man. With that being said, see you later.